Hi folks, Sty here. Well, I got my replacement camera. So, yeah, along with the replacement camera, I got a day off. So I'm up here at Lost Creek Falls. I'm gonna hike on in. Looks like it's gonna be a really nice fall hike. It's 63 degrees, beautiful weather. So, I'm gonna hike on down to the falls and see what Lost Creek is looking like right now. It's a week after we had all that rain, so I don't know how hard it's gonna be flowing, but we're gonna head down in there and check it out. I see I have one other vehicle out here, so there's some folks down there. So we're gonna head on in and check out the falls, and I'm gonna do a couple of videos while I'm out there. So we're out of here. Oh, I see another vehicle pulling in, so until we get down to the falls, well, I'll film a little on the way in, but we'll see you down there. Let's get headed out. There's a wet patch in the trail. Must be a spring close by. This old creek bed is pretty dry. There's moisture in it, but it's not flowing. This is a nice hike today, not having to maneuver around on slippery, moss-covered, soaking wet rocks. Maybe Sty will get through the day without falling on his fanny. The other day, well, it would be about almost a week ago when I came out this way. I had mentioned in a prior video that I was heading up here, and when I got here there was 14 vehicles in the little parking area. Excuse me. But today when I pulled in, there was just one vehicle, and then one pulled in, and that fellow was just checking out the trailhead. He wasn't hiking in today, so it's just me and one other vehicle here. So it makes it a real pleasant day to be hiking out here. It's really hard to tell, but we've got winds of about 18 to 20 miles an hour today. But you're so deep in the woods here, you don't even notice it. It's just a slight breeze, but you can hear it in the tops of the trees. It's gusting, which that wind is coming out of the southwest, which is making it so warm today. This is the warmest day forecasted for the next week. So I'm glad I had this day off. Gave me the opportunity to get out here in perfect weather and enjoy the hike in. And such a beautiful, serene walk out here to the Lost Creek Falls, and you don't get many like this, especially when it's becoming more popular. But take advantage of it when you can, right? One thing Sty is really struggling with is I'm getting close to retirement, and it looks like I'll probably be fully retired in March, and it's the middle of October. Now, you wouldn't think 5 months away would feel like very long, but for me right now it feels like a lifetime. To get to the point where I can head out to the woods whenever I wish. I can get up in the morning, and if I've got a wild hare, I can just jump in the old sty ride and strike out for the woods. Instead, for 5 months, I still have to adhere to the old grind. I took the job I have with the intention of working 3 to 4 days a week. And I was told I'll be lucky if I get 4 days a week. Well, I haven't had 4 days a week in 2 years. It's been 5 and 6 days a week. In fact, there's the occasional stretch where it's 9 days in a row before I get a day off. And that's really the tough part is I'll work 5, 6, 8 days, and then I get 1 day off. Then I'm right back to work again. And though a person can use the money, nothing wrong with a few dollars, right? Even though I can enjoy the fact that I have that check coming in, I'm just not myself unless I can be out here. I'm at that stage of the game where I need the outdoors more than I need anything else. I don't have a companion. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have very few, very close friends. And my very close friends are not true outdoor enthusiasts. So that in itself presents an issue. I feel bad for my friends for not enjoying the outdoors as much as I do. But all of them realize I'll leave them behind and head for the outdoors any chance I get. Friends are forever. Your trips to the outdoors can sometimes be far and few between. So take advantage of those trips whenever you can. I mean, if you're spending just an hour or two out in this kind of environment, it gets you through. I'm a firm believer that the outdoors is a healer of your soul. Now, I'm glad to see they put the catwalk in a good spot here. It's all mucky in here. So this catwalk is really a pleasure. So you put on an expensive pair of trekking shoes that are designed to deal with all this nasty terrain and all the muck, and you get to walk on these nice wooden catwalks and graveled pathways. Boy, I could have come in here with a pair of dress shoes on. Yep, we're crossing the old ATV trail here. This is the halfway point. This video is going to end up being really long. I can understand if folks don't want to if they don't want to stick it out for the full video. I know my videos tend to be long. But I'm sorry, folks, I just can't help myself. Just let that camera run today. It's so beautiful out here. I got plenty of memory card. I got 3 batteries. Last time I was in here, this mushroom was super bright. It was a bright orange. It was just beautiful. If you go back and look at my last trip into Lost Creek Falls, you'll see that mushroom, I believe, in that video. It was just beautiful. Now it's just chocolate brown. That time of year. It won't be but a couple of weeks and there won't be a single leaf on these trees. Right now there's still probably 30 to 40% of the leaves are still on the trees. They're all yellowed, which makes it just pretty in here and bright. But I'll be back out here depending on the weather. I'll probably hike in here after the leaves have fallen. Then I'll hike in here again after the snow has fallen. I want to come in here after it's been cold for a long spell, because I want to see the falls after it's started to ice over. I think that would be just awesome. I've never seen these falls iced over, so I'll hike in here in the winter if the snow's not too deep. I may have to get a pair of snowshoes. My snowshoes, well, I'll just say they became misplaced when I relocated 2 years ago, so I haven't replaced them yet. Just wasn't sure if my heart and my legs, yeah, my stamina in general would hold up to snowshoeing, but I believe I could. So I'll probably buy a new pair. I just want to make sure I can get back into a few spots like this once it freezes up, because I think some of these waterfalls would be awesome in the winter once they froze up solid. I just love it back here. You got these huge white pines. I mean, well, there's another one right back there. All 3 of these right here are big enough it would take 2 men to reach around them. There's several of them that way. There's also some monstrous oaks in here. There's another big white pine right there. That big fella right back there is a oak, and he's a big one. That's one nice thing about this area back here is it hasn't been logged for a very, very long time. So you got a lot of these really, really huge trees back in here. Now historically, this whole part of Wisconsin, it's just like many other parts of the country, was logged right to nothing. I mean, this at one time was just all bare land, all barren, because the timber had all been removed. But it's back. We got some beautiful stands of timber up here now. You would not think that this was once totally strip logged back, oh boy, it was back in the late 1800s. So we're looking at over 100 years ago that this was all strip logged. Now it's just beautiful and protected. Well, I got a little bit of downhill coming up here. I'm going to just probably, let's see. Yeah, like I said, this video is going to be long. I'm going to probably pause the video and coming up to, there's a little bridge that crosses the ravine here. And then I'll pick it up when I get close, right down by the falls. I'll probably cut. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't cut and crop this video quite a bit. Like I said, I got lots of memory space, I got lots of batteries for the camera. I just keeping it running and yakking away, just as if you were on the trail with me. And that's the way I feel, folks. When I head out here to the woods, I feel that I'm bringing all of my YouTube followers along with me. I feel like you're all right here on the trail. We're having a conversation on our way into the falls. And that's one of the wonders of YouTube, is you meet so many wonderful people of like mind. They love the outdoors, and they're willing to come along. Yep, it makes life good. And for me, makes life absolutely wonderful having you all tag along. So I'll catch you a little further down the trail. Okay? Well, I don't know if you can see that or not, but my last trip down here, I found a patch of chaga on this tree. And it was unharvested. But now it's been harvested. It's gone. And looking at the damage on the tree itself and the number of polypores that are growing down on the lower section, that tree is done. It's gone. So that's chaga that will not replenish itself. Too bad. It's a shame. At least somebody harvested it before the tree died, so it's been put to use. That's what counts. Now there's a trail that goes down and across here that I'm going to probably take today that goes up to what they consider a picnic area. I'm going to check that out today. But we're going to head down here to the falls. Yeah, they actually got the sign here, picnic area to the right, and snowmobile trail, it says, to the right. So there's a snowmobile trail that comes in here somewhere, and Lost Creek falls down to the left. So sounds like the creek's running pretty good. So I'll see you down at the falls. Boy, is the creek pretty today with all the leaves on the stones. It's not flowing as hard as I thought it would. But boy, I bet you it was flowing hard last week after we had gotten 3 days with over 6 inches of rain. You see the falls up there. Heading that way. That's such a wonderful trail, and then you get to this spot. Yeah, it's a little iffy. where to step. And then with all the leaves covering everything, you gotta think a little sharper because you don't know what's underneath these leaves. I could see tripping up pretty easy in that stuff. But as always, Lost Creek Falls is absolutely beautiful. It always is. And the creek is definitely running harder. The falls is running a little harder. Now I hiked all the way in and never saw whoever had that other vehicle. So I don't even know if they're here. Trying to determine a good location to cross over. Again, like I said, with all the leaves, you don't know what's what. Something might look like it's good to step on, and lo and behold, you land on your tail. Well, I got over to this big rock. Doesn't look like much, but that area there is about 3.5 feet across. It's a good step across there. Another thing you got to be careful for is some of the smaller rocks. You step on them and they can wobble on you. And if you're standing on a wet section of rock or you're standing on these leaves, a little bit of wobble on one of these rocks could send you on the tail. They'll run across. Take a quick look there. Crossing that stuff's a little tricky. Not too bad though. Just got to be patient. Just love this rock face. As always, Lost Creek Falls, just as pretty as can be. Well, it was worth making a fall hike back here just to get a good peek at it. Like I said, you can't ask for better weather. So I'm gonna take a little break and then I'll say goodbye. So hang on, folks. Well, folks, thanks for tagging along out here to Lost Creek Falls. You see Sty moving around a lot because my hips are getting a little stiff. just trying to loosen them up. And I only got today. I'll get them all loosened up and I go right back to work tomorrow. Oh well. This was a great hike into Lost Creek Falls. The falls is running good. I've seen it run better. But this is good. This is good. It was worth coming in here. Beautiful weather. Beautiful scenery. Gotta love it. Just about as much as I love having you folks tagging along. Like I said earlier in the video, it's like having you with on the trail. So, I'm going to try to kick out a couple more videos today. And then I got to get out of here. I got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I got to turn tail and head for the truck. Otherwise, I'll be hiking through the woods in the dark. So, until the next video, hey, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, okay? Hit the like button, the thumbs up. I've been getting a few thumbs down. I don't get it. Happens. Can't please everybody, I guess, right? So, okay. Until the next video, again, thanks for tagging along, and I'll see you there. Hey, you all have a very nice day. Bye-bye.